EEE EDC back again with another knife video. So this is the 110 Kickstop Lee Williams design, collaboration with Shirogorov. They did a great job on this knife together all around. Let me go ahead and show you the, well, let's go ahead and do some size comparisons, then we'll go into that. So this is a big knife, by the way. Let's go ahead and look at the Benchmade grip and mini grip. Here is the Spyderco Para 3 and Paramilitary 2. And yeah, you can see it's just a big knife overall. Here's it against the Russian Overkill, which itself is a big knife, right? But yeah, this is a great knife overall. You can see the quality on here. It's contoured. This feels like a custom. It doesn't feel like a flat slab. It's nice and contoured with the micro milling all over this thing. You've got nice, milling out here and over here. The relief cuts in the bar are even like sort of a detail of the thing instead of being, I'll give you an example here. The relief cut here is functional, but not a detail. This is a Spidey chef, right? The relief cut is here, but it's a design element in addition to being functional, which I think is really cool. It's a really nice touch. Just the attention to detail on this is awesome. The pivot collar, the back spacer, which is also beautiful, and the clip, which is beautiful and functional, are all anodized, and there's 3 different versions of this. There's this version, which is like a bronzish color. There's a blue color and like a titanium, like grayish color, silver color. Each of the different ones, I think, had 100 or 200 on each of those runs, and then each of those specific runs had they were specific just to that color. So yeah, this is a really cool run. Let me show you how this works. So the Kickstop is something that Lee Williams patented, I believe, and it's on several other knives. It's on his customs, but you can see this flipper tab is actually a separate piece. It's free floating over here, and but when you close it, it becomes firm and works with a perfect detent here to really give you a nice action for opening. And then there's no flipper tab on the bottom, right? With the Overkill, you're going to end up with a big flipper tab sticking out of the bottom. So that Kickstop stops that from happening, and you have a clean bottom, which is, a lot of people buy a flipperless knife when they have, the option flipperless. So this gives you the option of having a flipperless knife when it's open and a flipper knife when it's closed, which is kind of cool. You kind of expect this to be a little lower, like most flipper tabs are, where it's like, at or behind the pivot, or at or above the pivot a little bit. This is pretty far above the pivot, so it's sort of an action you have to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's really satisfying, like very, very satisfying. This also has multi-row bearings, I believe, instead of the single row, so it really has a fall shut action on here that you've come to sort of expect with Shiros, but you'll see the single row bearings sort of have its own really smooth but less drop shutty action, but they both feel luxurious. I think the single row rolling bearings are a little bit more luxurious, but this is more free falling, free dropping. So if you really like that free drop, then this one is going to be the preferable. I'm going to be honest with you. I preferred the multi-row bearing system even after I got the Overkill, until I just started playing with them both a lot, and then I realized that that I prefer the roller bearing action for that luxury feel, even though it's not as drop shut. And so I hope that makes sense to you guys, but that's my feeling on it. This, like I said, is that step up in size. Really, really big knife. I've got size large gloved hands, and this is a very large knife. Still, it is, because of the contouring on the titanium, I'd say I'd give this about an 8.5 to a 9 on ergonomics. It's really, really good ergonomically. It would be higher except for the fact that it's neutral. The handle's a little bit neutral, but the contouring really makes it fit nice in hand, and it's just really nice overall. So that's the knife, guys. Go ahead and let me know what you think about this. Is this something you think it would be worth the money? By the way, the guys, this is runs about, I think these were originally $1,650 or somewhere around there, $1,650. And then they've been on the secondary market for everything from around there all the way up to $2,200. They fluctuate a lot. I think I've seen them going around $1,800 to $1,900 right now. So that's where I believe they're currently at. So do you think this is something that is worth the money? You know, you can buy a lot of custom. This is high-end production. This is really, really super high-end production, but it's still production, right? It's limited production, but it's still production. But you could buy a lot of knives, custom knives. You know, I have custom Resenti that's cheaper than this knife. So yeah, there's a lot of things that in this price range, you really have to make some decisions. But I will say this is every bit as luxurious as anything you're ever going to buy in this price range. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts below. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you all for watching.